I think anyone who's played games has thought of new characters or buffs or nerfs for the characters in the games they play. And since Bloodhound flopped with his new season, I wanted to show the two rework ideas I had and see what you guys thought of it. Before that though, I'm going to go over his old and his current kit right now. So if you want to skip this, you can, but this will give some context. If you don't know, his passive has stayed largely the same. It's these like little clues that show up. They're either footprints or they all show where enemies have been. His tactical is a scan, and then his ultimate ability is a speed boost, and then everything goes black and white except for enemies, their footsteps, which you can see on the ground there, and then that red trail behind them. His ultimate now is the only thing that's different. Him and his team can go invisible for a couple seconds. Okay, I was going to come up with names for them, but I'm giving up on that. I feel like that's corny. This first kit to fix Bloodhound, I made it all around being as high info as possible. I felt like one thing with Bloodhound is that he was too in between, so I feel like if we just gave him the ability to get more info from his abilities, he would be a more viable option. First thing we're going to do that is we're removing the Raven. I feel like the Raven was a good idea, but instead of going up and scanning a Raven to find the nearest team, I think you should use the clues, and after you scan one of the clues on the ground, it'll show up on the minimap the direction of a team, and I think it should stay there until you scan another clue. And I think it should also show up those red footsteps across the map after you scan the clue, because that'll make it easier to track instead of just, like the little icons. And for the tactical, I think it should also work off of the passive, where if you pick up clues about the ammo shells, like you know what gun they have, or about tactical abilities, it'll tell you what character they are. And so then when you scan, it'll tell you the cooldowns on their abilities, and it'll tell you what guns they have. I feel like maybe only the abilities. I feel like that's a lot more important than the guns. But if you can't tell, this whole kit is like working off of the clues that you pick up. And I feel like lore accuracy wise, that's as good as it gets. You follow the clues and you get more and more information, and you get more and more use out of the character the more that you try and hunt down a team. I think it makes sense to keep the same ultimate. If it's the same as it is right now, it kind of sucks. So if they make you quiet, not completely silent, but quiet, it'll still give you an advantage on someone that doesn't know you're there. Let me know what you think. Maybe that's crazy. Maybe that's not. I feel like making them quieter is a smart fix. And then how this all works together, I feel like it's kind of obvious, but it's all based off the clues. You use the clues, and then you keep getting more info until it's easier and easier to third-party a team using your ult. Now onto the second idea I had for Bloodhound. This one fixes the issue that Bloodhound has no speed, right? You get into a bunch of fights and there's no way for you to get out. You have to do everything kind of following your team. You can't do anything on your own. So for this reworks passive, my idea was, instead of getting more information from the clues, every time you follow the clues, you get a speed boost. And every time you follow the red trails that enemies leave behind, you get a speed boost from that too. So looking at this clip right here, there's all these clues on the ground as we're tracking this team. I feel like running across those, and then this red trail that the enemy's leaving behind, should give you a speed boost to track down this team quicker and be able to get into the fight quicker. It's kind of a fun idea. I'm not sure how much real viability it has. It might be hard to balance if you're always chasing a team and always faster than them, but I feel like it's a lot more fun to be able to get to these people quicker when you're tracking them. I think the tactical should stay the same, and then the ultimate, I feel like they should revert back to the old ultimate. This is actually what his Watson said.
I want them to revert the ult. I want them to say, hey guys, we messed up. This ult is going to be impossible to balance. It's going to be a nightmare. And then keep the passive and the tactical the same, and then just like buff the ult. And take all of his perks, put them in his kit, and add new perks.
Obviously, I don't agree with the passive part as much. I feel like the passive could be reinvented a lot better. But with just buffing the old ultimate, whether that's making it faster or more scans or whatever it is, And then also putting his perks into his kit, I feel like that's a great idea. So this whole kit works together just by adding speed to his kit and then keeping the info that he has the same. You use the speed from the clues to find teams and catch up to them, and then you use your ultimate and your tactical to get enough info to get an advantage and then win a fight. But yeah, those are my two ideas for character reworks for Bloodhound. One of them you add speed to it because I feel like that's what it's missing, and the other one you add more info to it because I feel like that could be a fix to the no movement. I'll be honest, I thought that this script was gonna do a lot longer than 5 minutes, but making this video made me realize I definitely don't want to make videos on only like video game ideas. I actually only play video games when it is for the clips in the background for this. So this kind of helped me realize that what I definitely need to do better is just finding something that I can like personally talk about and put personality into it, so I'm not just reading off a script because that gets boring. I had the idea and I started making the video, so I am gonna post it.
I'm gonna embarrass myself, fuck it.
So instead of dragging out this video or letting clips play in the background, I'm gonna talk about my two next video ideas. This is a video from Joe Bart and it talks about plastic surgery and specifically like face surgery, and I think I'm very like pro pretty privilege, even though that sounds crazy. Like, I think pretty privilege is real, not that it's good, but just that it's real, and that people should kind of focus on their looks just because it's real. But I still think plastic surgery to your face to kind of make you look uncanny is just, it's taking it too far. On that same note, God forbid someone pulls this prank on me. I don't know if you've seen that before, but they make uncanny valley makeup to scare the fuck out of you, and I would shit my pants. But yeah, I think that there's something definitely wrong with like changing your identity. I feel like your face is your identity. No matter what else you change, it kind of comes originally from your face, and so I feel like changing that to get pretty privilege is doing too much. And so yeah, I want to make a video on that. And I'm not going to put a full segment into this one, but I do think making a video on fashion would be pretty cool. Actually, the rest of these ideas are not fleshed out, so yeah. But one I would like to do is one on the a video on the Prowler. I feel like the Prowler is super cool, and the next Miles movie is coming out next year, and so just some type of Spider-Man content in between I would like to make. Psychology and philosophy also interest me. Philosophy definitely more, but just hearing people talk to their pets and then seeing this I feel like would be an interesting video idea if I did a little bit of research into it. But some people talk to their pets really weird, and you know, I think it'd be a great video idea to figure out what's going through their heads. Also, basketball or snowboarding or just like sports in general. My first video was on sports, and then I didn't do another one after that. But I kind of liked that idea, and I think I might do another video on that. These are all, after that first idea, these are all just kind of food for thought. But doing like a vlog of sorts, I'm not super a fan of just straight up vlogs. But doing like a real life video for sports, I feel like would be cool. I'm finally going to give it a rest though. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions or you have anything you would want to see or anything like that, anything at all, put it in the comments. There's, you know, I can assure you I'm seeing the comments, but now I'm finally going to let the clips play out. So I appreciate you watching. I actually win this game. I got like 8-9 kills, so, you know, it's not entertaining.
Hostile right here. Contact. Grenade, watch out. Frag grenade set. Broke that enemy shield. More friends are coming to kill us. Reinforcing my shield. Fight doesn't stop. Making an adjustment to my mobile shield.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
In the ring and closer to 45. What's the plan? Hunt this down.
One squad
I
remains.
got you, friend.
All father give me sight. I take fire.
Close.
Making contact with enemy. Prove yourself. Seek blood.
He's gonna fly. Busting out a feedback tower.
Be strong when weak.
You are the Apex champions.
Be humble when victorious.